Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for the Walking Dead universe. This one's going to be doing another Q&A video for the Walking Dead franchise. We're going to be starting off with the question, do we think that the Walking Dead Daryl Dixon series, now that we know that there are rumors to bring back Carol, do we think that Season 2, Daryl will go back to the U.S.? Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Walking Dead. This one's going to be doing another Q&A video for The Walking Dead universe. Figured we'd do another one because it's been over a week since we've done our last Walking Dead Q&A. And I did get a lot of really good questions from you guys for this week that I wanted to definitely go through. So, of course, Walking Dead universe going really good right now. We have some new teasers that we got for Dead City and Fear. And, you know, I'd say we've had a relatively good couple weeks for Walking Dead universe. Definitely more eventful than the, beginning of this year where we had, like, absolutely nothing. So, anyway, the first thing I wanted to go over for today is, the Daryl Show, and in terms of the whole, location of the show. Obviously, we know that Carol is going to be in this series, and obviously we know that, Carol is going to be very much, involved at some point in the Daryl Show, whether it's Season 2 or it's later on, but rumor is right now that it's going to be Season 2. So, let's say she is in Season 2. Let's say that Carol does join in the second season. How is that going to be possible? And how is Carol going to go exactly where Daryl is in France? It's very far-fetched that in the whole world, Carol would be able to find Daryl just like that in Season 2. So there definitely has to be some sort of easy answer to that. And it's either one of two things. Either Carol runs into the group that Daryl was taken by and they take her as well. And they take her to the same spot, which would be very far-fetched, but I guess it could happen. Or, and this is more so what I'm kind of thinking they're going to do, they're going to turn the Daryl Dixon spinoff series into a travel-type show, where Season 1, it's in France, he manages to get away from there at the end of the season, back to the U.S., and he's trying to make his way back home, and then in Season 2, he'll be back in the U.S., hell, maybe Season 3, we could get, like, New Mexico or something, and, you could get Daryl and Carol. Something like that, I think, is what it'll be. I think that, like, Season 1, it'll be in France, Season 2 back to the US, maybe Season 3 New Mexico, and it'll be kind of like a travel type show. Like, it'll be like, going to different spots for whatever different reasons, So in that case, I think it would actually be really cool. And I actually like the France idea if it's just for one season. In that case, I think it would be cool because there's no way that Carol is exactly going to be where Daryl is in France in Season 2, To me, the only logical reason that she would be able to find him again is because he's back in the US and then he runs into her, right? That would make the most sense. So, I don't know. And in terms of, kind of the Carol spinoff, the Carol, being in the spinoff, I just think it's going to be definitely, it's going to be interesting to see. I just don't know 100% if we're going to see her right away in Season 2, but that's how I see Carol being in the show. It has to be Daryl going back to US, because Carol going exactly where Daryl is in France is very far-fetched. But again, we'll see how they handle it for sure. First one for today comes from Ash Williams, who says that, Dan, I'm a little bit confused on if Carol is going to be in Season 2 of the Daryl Dixon spinoff series. Why on earth was she not in it in the first season? Why have her being introduced so late when you could have just had her be in Season 1? So, to answer your question, if you're not aware, Ash Williams, the actress for Carol, Melissa McBride, is not exactly in the right spot right now to be joining the Daryl Show. Apparently, she had to take some time off. So she couldn't be in the first season of the show. There were a lot of contract issues, and apparently there were a lot of behind-the-scenes issues with the actress for Carol. So apparently, so it's not exactly that, like, they didn't want to have Carol in the first season. It's that they physically couldn't. Apparently, they tried everything, but the actress just couldn't be in the first season. So they're trying to work out a deal to put her in the second season. That's at least what's going on with that. Next one comes from Rowdy, who says that, Dan, do you think we're going to see that guy from The Walking Dead World Beyond at the end of the post-credit, the guy that shoots that one soldier? Do you think we'll see him again? Yeah, I think we will, because it is in France, and obviously Daryl's in France. I don't know how much of the CRM we're going to see in the Daryl Show, if at all, to be honest, because I haven't heard of anything from, like, CRM in that show. But I do think that guy will pop up again. Yeah, I think that post-credit definitely is for something. Whether it's in the Daryl Show, it'll be at some point in the franchise. I'm sure that guy will come back around at some point, For sure. And again, we got to see, more of these variants. Daryl's in France. We got to see him fight these variants. I mean, I think that's definitely something that they owe us based off of that post credits. So should be interesting for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing how Daryl handles variants. That'll be cool because he's faced them once before, obviously in 11C, right, with the others. So seeing, maybe where it comes from and stuff like that and where it originates is going to be kind of cool. So definitely look forward to that for sure. Next one comes from Mass Ninja, who says that, Dan, do you think that the Commonwealth and the group that took Daryl in the Daryl spinoff are somehow connected? Do you think that maybe they know about each other and that sort of thing? And that's maybe how Carol ends up finding Daryl, is because those groups know each other. So does Commonwealth maybe know the French group from France? I don't think they do, to be honest. I think that Daryl probably was just out for a ride, and this is going to be kind of silly when this moment comes. But I have a feeling Daryl was probably just out on his bike ride after leaving Walking Dead. He probably ran into the wrong people and they friggin' took him. So, that's probably exactly what it is. Although the description makes it sound like Daryl was on a boat and then fell asleep and woke up in France. So who even knows at this point, right? I mean, that would be freaking hilarious. But I don't think, I don't know about that. But we'll see what they do. And in terms of, them kind of knowing each other, Commonwealth and this, group that took Daryl, I don't think so. I think they're two completely different groups that do not know anything about each other. And I think Daryl was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. He got taken, and the rest is history. The rest is Raise the Dead, right? So, yeah, and then the final one comes from Jay, who says, I am a little bit confused because Lydia in The Walking Dead, of course, lost her arm, and that was a major scene. But now Lydia, it kind of feels like they chopped off her arm because they had major plans for the character. But now it feels like they're just not going to do anything with her. So what do you think about that? I could see Lydia popping up in the franchise again. It'd be down the road for sure. But yeah, her getting her arm cut off, it kind of felt like they just kind of were like, oh crap, we don't do anything with Lydia, so let's throw that in there, because here's the thing. I like Lydia. I think her character's good, but I do acknowledge that definitely after Henry died, she was a nothing. I mean, honestly, like as a character, she was an absolute nothing. Especially compared to the comic book series. Yeah, no, I don't know what they were trying to do with TV Lydia, but it did not work at all. They had her like hook up with Elijah at one point too, and it just, yeah, I do not think Lydia worked in the show as much as she did in the comic books. Lydia in the comic books is really good. Lydia in the show is like, she's all right. She's there. But that's all I could say about her. I don't think she's outstanding or anything. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. Of course, if you have more Q&A comments for the Q&A next week, make sure to leave those down below. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy these Walking Dead videos, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos of The Walking Dead. Make sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos of The Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.